Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Saib Singh. Welcome to my channel Guidental. The subject for today's video is going to be public health dentistry. This is the second part or the second video of the subject. So starting and whatever topics I will be mentioning in the video are also mentioned in my blog by the name of Guidental, the link for which is given in the description. So starting with the topic of planning or evaluation, you need to know the definition of planning, steps in planning or planning cycle in detail, objectives of a plan. There is a mnemonic for remembering the objectives of a plan, that is SMART, SMART. S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R stands for relevant, and T stands for time based. Evaluation of a plan, you need to know the definitions of effectiveness, efficiency, appropriateness, and adequacy. Types of evaluation, you need to know the definitions of all the types of evaluation, that is formative, process, relevance, impact, dishonest, eyewash, whitewash, submarine, effectiveness, and efficiency evaluation. Only the definitions, that's it. In Bradshaw's classification of needs, you need to know the definitions of normative, felt, demand or expressed, and comparative needs. An important MCQ that can be asked is, comparative needs is the most strongest of all the needs. Next topic is history of public health. You need to know the definition of public health, changing concepts of public health, the dates or the time periods, along with 2 to 3 points under each phase. Then you need to know the criteria to be fulfilled for a problem to be declared as a public health problem. So the problem should be widespread, it should have high morbidity and mortality, it should have an individual and community spread, it should have a prevention or lack of knowledge of the problem. There should be a prevention, lack of knowledge of the problem, or people are not trying to prevent the problem. That is the basic meaning of this line. And it should have a high financial burden on individual or society, and it also depends upon the government or public perception if we see it as a public health problem. Some upcoming public health problems in dentistry are dental caries and periodontitis. You just need to know this names, that these two are there in dentistry. In coming to history of public health in India, there are some important dates which you need to know, and the milestones that were achieved in history of public health in India. I am just telling you the first 2 or 3. The rest are printed as it is in my blog. So I'll just be reading it out. So there's no point. So I'm just reading out the first 2 or 3. The rest can be done from my blog. It's just there as it is. I'm just speaking it out. So in 1880, the Vaccination Act was passed. In 1946, the Boer Committee was established. In 1951, the BCG vaccine was passed. In 1952, primary health care centers were set up. The rest of the contribution you can do from on your own. It is mentioned in my blog. It is printed there. The next topic is healthcare delivery systems in India. Here you need to know the definition of healthcare. Names of 5 sectors of healthcare in India, that is public sector, private sector, indigenous system of medicine, voluntary health agencies, national health programs. You need to know only the names of healthcare bodies in India at the level of central, state, and local or district government. Levels of healthcare in India: primary, secondary, and tertiary. You need to know the services provided and the names of healthcare bodies under each level. Coming to primary healthcare or PHC, very frequently a short note. You need to know the definition of PHC, elements of functions as per ALMA at a declaration, and the principles of PHC. Short notes, any 4 to 5 points each on village health guides, Anganwadi workers, ASHA. ASHA is accredited social health activists. Concentrate more on the duties or the services provided. That is more important. And the benefits of PHC. This comprises the short note in PHC. That is primary healthcare. Employees State Insurance Scheme ESIC and Central Government Health Scheme CGHS. When they were passed, the year you should know, and the type of people covered, and 5 to 6 services provided by each. So these 3 things you need to know under CGHS and ESIC. Voluntary health agencies, only the definition, any 4 to 5 names, and 1 or 2 services provided by each. Coming to the next very big and a very important and a major chapter of biostatistics. You need to know the definition of biostatistics. MCQ, that John Gruant is the father of biostatistics. This you should know. And now you need to know the definitions of quantitative variable, discrete variable, continuous variable, attribute, sample, randomization, probability, parameter, and statistic. Only the definitions of these. That's it. Measurement skills, definitions with examples of nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scales. Definition and classification of data with examples. Sources of data, primary and secondary, the definition and examples. Sampling, need to know the definition. An important MCQ, that is, sample should be reasonable in size and representative of the whole population. Purposive or non-random or non-representative sampling, only the definitions of judgment sampling, convenience sampling, consecutive sampling, quota sampling, and snowball sampling, only the definitions. Random sampling, you need to know the definition, advantages, disadvantages with examples of simple random, systemic random, stratified random, cluster, multi-stage, and multi-phase sampling. And two important MCQs that can be asked from sampling are: random sampling is representative of the whole population and the chance of selection of person is equal and known. Stratified random, the second MCQ is stratified random sampling is the best in random sampling. Coming to representation of data, you need to know tabulation, that is a frequency distribution table, you need to know in detail. Short notes, you need to know about the definition, kinds of data represented, and diagrams if applicable of simple bar, multiple bar, component bar, histogram, frequency polygon, line diagram, pie chart, scatter or dot diagram, cartograms, and pictograms. In measures of central tendency, you need to know arithmetic mean, median, mode, and mid-range in detail with diagrams and types of data on which these are applicable. That is nominal, ordinal, etc. The classification of data which you have done in the beginning of biostatistics. In measures of variation or dispersion, you need to know only the definitions and formula if applicable of range, standard deviation, coefficient of variation, percentile, and quartile. There is an important MCQ that can be asked, that in a data set, all values should be close to each other or the median, that is, data set with less dispersion is always preferred. In normal distribution, a normal curve or Gaussian curve, the characteristics and properties in detail with the graph. So this is also a short note, the Gaussian curve. In definitions, you need to know deductive logic, inductive logic, skewness and kurtosis, only the definition. In skewness and kurtosis, you also need to know the graph of these two. Next is correlation coefficient. So you need to know what it represents, the value, that is, it stands between -1 and +1. The concept of positive, negative, perfect, and no correlation. Strong correlation is when R is greater than 0.8, and weak correlation is when R is less than 0.5. Probability or p-value, you need to know the definition, range, and what values are statistically significant and statistically insignificant, formula for sample size of quantitative and qualitative data. Only the concept of definition of type 1 or alpha error, type 2 or beta error, power of study, degree of freedom, sensitivity, specificity with formulas if applicable. Only the concept definition, 2 paragraphs or 2 to 3 points each, that's it. In tests of significance, you need to know the definitions and differences between parametric and non-parametric tests with any 2 examples each. The tests that are to be studied are: only study what kind of data can the test be used for, whether the test is parametric or non-parametric, and the subtypes of the test if applicable, and any 1 example each for the student's t-test, chi-square test, and analysis of variance, that is ANOVA test. Some MCQs that could be asked are: non-parametric equivalent of ANOVA test is Friedman test for 1 group of data and Kruskal-Wallis ANOVA test for 2 or more groups of data. Another MCQ is: non-parametric equivalent of pair T test is Wilcoxon signed ranks test. For correlation test or coefficient, parametric test is Pearson's correlation coefficient test, and non-parametric is Spearman's rank correlation coefficient test. The next chapter is plaque control. In plaque control, you need to know the definition of plaque given by Kluger. Classification of plaque, only the names of the types, don't go in detail. Aims of plaque control. In mechanical plaque control, you need to know the classification of mechanical plaque control aids, ideal characteristics and types of a toothbrush, ADA specifications of a toothbrush, this is very important, are most commonly asked in Viva. Advantages and indications of a powered toothbrush, any 2 to 3, don't go in detail. Toothbrushing techniques in detail along with classification, technique, advantages, indication, disadvantages, contraindication, everything. So the toothbrushing techniques are very important. Not only are they important in your theory or Viva, they are also important in your clinics when you are advising the patient what kind of brushing technique you have to use after any treatment. An important MCQ that can be asked, and what you should know as a dentist also, that the toothbrush should be replaced every 3 months. Next is dental floss. You need to know the name of the inventor, that is Levi Spear Palmley in 1815. The types of floss, techniques of flossing, that is spool and loop method. Spool method is more frequently used and practically used, so that should be studied in detail. Next is chemical plaque control. An MCQ that can be asked is chemical plaque control is only an adjunct to mechanical plaque control. It is not the main form of plaque control. Then the properties of chemical plaque control agents, study definitions of substantivity, specificity, penetrability, selectivity and toxic safety. Classification of anti-plaque agents according to antimicrobial activity and substantivity. First, second and third generation definitions with examples. Second generation bisbiguanides or chlorhexidine gluconate, that has to be studied in detail. What you need to study is composition, anti-plaque action, pin cushion effect, very important, and the adverse effects of chlorhexidine. Disclosing agents you need to study as a short note, that is the definition, composition, concept of red and blue discoloration, that is new and old plaque. In dentrification, you need to know what the definition according to ADA, composition, and any one function of all the toothpaste ingredients. That's it. So this is the end for the second part or the second video for public health dentistry. If you found this video to be useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Guide Dental for further updates. Thank you so much.